The Steelers have completely flipped their season around, winning 4 out of the last 5 games, and a big reason for that has been how good their running game has looked over the past few weeks. And a big reason for that is undrafted free agent Dylan Cook, who's taken over at left tackle for the injured Broderick Jones, and Dylan Cook might just be the left tackle of the future for this team, and that'd be a huge steal for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I wanted to dive in the film and see how Dylan Cook has helped transform this offense. Let's dive into it. Okay, on this first play here, you see we're going to have an 18-yard run here by Kenneth Gainwell, but what makes this work so well? Well, I want to first look at Dylan Cook right here at the left tackle spot, and his job is to wall off Aiden Hutchinson, meet him right here in that spot, and don't allow him to penetrate at all, because Spencer Anderson's also going to try to wall off his defender to really open up a lane right here directly up the A-gap. This A-gap could open up on either side of the center because we're going to have a veer block right here, which pretty much means our goal as a center is to once again wall off this linebacker, get to the second level, and open up a lane right here as Sayamalu reaches on this DM, which should, once again, let this tight end lead directly to Campbell right here. He'll probably shift over once he sees the run start this way, and we'll get directly up this A-gap for a huge run right here for Kenneth Gainwell. Like I said, about an 18-yard run here. Great job, great execution here, and this is just stuff we haven't seen from the Steelers offense consistently. That one of the worst running games in the NFL last season. Okay, on this next play right here, we're going to have an incompletion, but I really just want to point out how good of a job Dylan Cook does right here. And this is some veteran offensive line stuff. This isn't something you see rookies do at all in the NFL, let alone undrafted free agents. They're going to run a stunt on us here. So this guy's going to loop into the inside right here. And this is our guy that we're supposed to be blocking. And watch how good of a job Dylan Cook does it, just leaving this guy alone, getting directly back to try to help, realizes there's no one for him to block, and takes the blitzing Anzalone late and make sure that we kind of protect our quarterback right here. Great job allowing Aaron Rodgers to throw it away instead of getting drilled right there. A lot of guys would have tried to chase to the inside right there. Once again, we're not going to have a super big gain here or anything like this, but once again, lined up on an island right here with Aiden Hutchinson, we're going to motion over our tight end and have him chip and release out here with this blitzer. And we're going to pick up no gain, but I mainly want you to watch, once again, Dylan Cook do an excellent job of when Aiden Hutchinson tries to beat him to the inside, he says, okay, you can take me to the inside, and he pushes him around his quarterback. If you have a scrambling quarterback, there's a lot of room right here to run. Aaron dumps it off to the check down. Great tackle right there by the Lions defender, but good job there taking Aiden Hutchinson out of the play. It's not all pretty, but his guy doesn't get the sack here, but he gets beat on this rep, and it's because he doesn't do a great job of setting his anchor. So let's look at it. Once again, left tackle right here lined up. He's going to get hit with a bull rush, and a lot of young guys struggle with bull rushes because it's just straight power. Sometimes it's unexpected, so you set your feet here. You see his feet were almost a little bit too narrow, I would say, which allows him to not have a great base, but he needs to anchor himself, kind of lunge a little bit into the defender with his hips, straighten his back out a little bit, but instead stays a little bit hunched over there and just gets beat with straight power. Rodgers gets sacked from the other side, but his guy had a part to play in that sack as well. Okay, once again on this play, on an island lined up out wide, but they're going to hit us with a stunt once again. Our man's going to go inside. This one's going to push back and then get to us, which is going to put him guaranteed in our lap. So it's almost impossible to not get beat on this, especially if you don't react instantly. He's once again going to do a great job with the stunt. Watch this. He gets to his guy quick. He does get beat, but he gives Rodgers enough time to make the throw. Maybe not the absolute best throw Rodgers could have made because his ankles got taken out from him late, but still gave him some time and did a great job picking up the stunt. Okay, I think this was his best rep of the day by far. Like, this was an incredible rep from him and really goes to show how much of an important piece he is for this offensive line. We're going to have a 21-yard run here, and it's really thanks to him. We're going to have a double team right here on Tyleik Williams, your D tackle, lined up obviously right here in the 3 technique. And our main goal is to eliminate him from this play so we can open up this fullback right here through the C gap, okay? We're going to have someone else come down and take out this end on a trap, but our main goal is to take Tyleik Williams out of the play completely. And what we're going to do is we're going to get Tyleik Williams on the ground over here. And then what Cook is going to do is he's going to do an incredible job looking for someone to block, always staying active in the running game. He's going to get back over here. He's going to end up blocking Jack Campbell when he goes to make a play. It's going to open up a huge hole for Warren. Warren does a great job breaking an arm tackle right here. And this counter just works to perfection because Dylan Cook is getting active, and you love to see it. Okay, once again, we're going to have a great rep and pass pro here. We're kind of going to be on an island once again. You see we have a wide 9 out here. We don't have a tight end right here. This is our running back, Kenneth Gainwell. He's going to hit him with a ghost move and then cut quick on his route because obviously this is a D end. He doesn't want to get laid out. So we're going to set our anchor right here, wait on him, and he's going to try to push vertical right here on us. And what we're going to do is we're just going to push him out of the way. We're going to push him behind our quarterback, do a great job of doing that. And it opens up a run for Rodgers, right? You know there has to be a huge gap right here created by our offensive lineman if Aaron Rodgers is running for 7 yards. Making that guy miss right there, you love to see it. We're going to have another double team, biggest run of the game, and our goal right here is to work with our guard right here, to double team right here, and then get out and reach block this linebacker, Jack Campbell, who's coming directly into our gap. This is supposed to be a stretch play where we take this out wide, but because they over pursue, Jack Campbell is going to run hard this way, and Anzalone's going to run this way hard, this corner's going to run this way hard. What we're going to end up doing is we're going to end up cutting it back as Jalen Warren, and he makes a great move here to pick up 45 yards. Dylan Cook did a great job of forcing Jack Campbell to take the outside here, you know, a little bit of a slight like hand on the back to make sure that Warren had that cutback lane, but no penalties. You love to see it here from your rookie. Okay, now last but definitely not least, we're going to have the other 45-yard touchdown on his side once again. It's not a coincidence that these runs are breaking to his side. Remember that run from earlier in the game that we looked at? Exact same thing here, right? I formation, fullback filling in right here. We're doing our best to run directly up this A gap, and our job is to take their best defender out of the play, wall him off, open up this lane. We end up having to cut back as the fullback and block this linebacker coming down. And just watch this great job here by Dylan Cook of getting his man out the play. This is one of those guys who can wreak havoc. Main reason we score right here, though, I want you to point out 23. He over pursues DK on a route. I don't know if he thought it was a boot or something like that. DK was running them all game and opens up a huge touchdown run right there to really ice this game away.